Hey guys, this is Micah from Team Iron Court, and today I'm going to be deck profiling the Mermails, which I won our local Yu-Gi-Oh! Day yesterday. Cool, so I'm going to start out with monsters in Mermail profile. So first, 3 ofs, 3 Abyss Pike. Obviously, it's just kind of a staple in the deck right now. 3 Teus, 3 Abyss Slime. Moving on to the 1 of Mermails. Pretty kind of obvious ones. I'm running 1 gun, obviously because it's limited to 1. Obviously, I would love to run 3 of if I could. 1 Sturge, obviously you don't really, it's nice level 4. You don't really need multiples of them since you need it. Currently 1 Megalo. I've been playtesting with 2, and I really like the 1 because I know I can search out with it with Dragoons off Undyne. It's so really nice. Currently I'm running 1 lead. Obviously it's a big ass beater, and it can make a card out of my opponent's hand, which I've done numerous times. It helps me win games. It also helps against like weird rogue decks if you ever have to play Exodia or anything. And I don't really call this a personal tech since a lot of old Mermail decks are running it, but not a lot of new ones are. But I'm currently running 1 Abyss Oshika for the windup or for the Wombo combo, and like I really like it being able to since I run a single Squall. I like it to be able to give me into the Squall faster, and I believe it is a very, very good card. It does get sided out a lot, game 2 and 3, but it just depends. Moving on to other 1-ofs, 1 title, obviously it's limited to 1, and I'm running 1 Moon Glacia. Actually yesterday I won a game because I top deck a Moon Glacia with 5 Waters Engraved, and I beat Boujans because of it. So that was a lot of fun, but there you go. Moving on to the Atlanteans, currently 1 Dragoons, obviously it's limited to 1. A lot of this deck is limited if you hadn't figured it out. 2 Marksmen and 2 Heavy Infantry. My buddy was actually running no Heavy Infantry yesterday and lost because of it. And then 2 Marksmen just because of back row hate. I also like the Heavy Infantry because it's really good against decks like Hat, where it actually pops their monsters, and they kind of need their monsters on board to maintain advantage, so they can do really well with traps, but other than that, they still need it. 2 Undyne and 2 Controller go along with the Undynes. Undyne is really, really good in the deck right now. It's just really kind of a staple because the deck needs the either popping power or speed of it. Helps get your title and other things to graveyard. And again, a card that a lot of people were running kind of last format, but not so much right now. I'm running 2 Aqua Spirits. I think it just makes your rank 4 water plays much, much quicker, being able to go extra time 101. Also, the Wombo combo, being able to make Shark Drake and, not Shark Drake, Bahamut Shark and Mech Whip Engineer. I like it for recovery power and among other things, and I've also numerous times used its actual effect. In your next opponent's phase. If you haven't checked it out, you should check out its effect. Moving on to spells, kind of staples. I am running 2 Soul Charge. As I mentioned before, I am running a Squall, which is why I'm not running a 3rd one. And I really like the Squall on top of this. Obviously, this is very, very good for recovery late game. Being able to set up a whole board, and the Mermails do that very, very good. I'm running 2 Lance. Was playtesting 3. 2 ended up being more consistent, and I tried to keep as close to 40 cards as possible, which I believe I'm at 40 right now. I might be at 41. But this was the best, and I liked it better than... I have MSTs in my side deck right now, but no MSTs in the main deck because it just wasn't playing out as good as I hoped, especially with Hat running rampant and stuff. 1 Allure Darkness. For those dead controllers in your hand. I am running the Synchros, obviously, but most of the time I could either draw into 1, or it was better to search it. And obviously, since you have 2 ways of being able to search it, you run the 2 Undynes. It was nice to be able to kind of get it out of your hand and be able to draw with it. Then moving on to traps, I'm running the big 4, so Compulse, Bottomless, Torrential, and Solemn Warning. Not a lot of Mermail players are running traps, and I believe that like these are the staple traps that everyone kind of runs. The amount that I've opened up with Torrential or Warning, and just being able to sit on a Lind and a Warning is really, really good. Especially if you sit on a Sphere and a Warning or anything like that. It's being able, obviously, monster removal without having to like use your Atlanteans or anything like that. It's really, really good. And then just kind of the staple traps that I was talking about before. 3 Sphere. And then I know that the championship profile was only running 2 Sphere. Sometimes I do side out of the 3rd Sphere depending on what I am playing against. But it's obviously it summons. If you don't open the Lind, it is the way to search out for the Lind and get your deck going. And then, as I mentioned numerous times, I'm running the Abyss Squall. A lot of players that I know have compared this to Return, because obviously, and I know Soul Charge kind of acts the same way, but being able to use my Battle Step and going into things, if I grab a Megalo and like a Teus out of the graveyard, or I will numerous times grab a Lind and 2 other 3s, sometimes 3 Linds, make an Alucard pop back row and continue to like play on so that I can just use that as more popping power, and being able to activate this on top of having maybe a Soul Charge in your hand is really, really good. Moving on to the extra deck, we will start with Xyz, 1 Trite, 1 Mech-Equip Engineer for rank 3s. Obviously this is the Wombo combo, also running Livier. If your cards get bottomless, also I can get that controller back if I need to kind of make big plays, and then 1 Alucard. Alucard is incredibly pro in this deck. Moving on to rank 4s. This first one is very kind of controversial for me, and I don't know how I like it. I would kind of like it to be a Beals, actually. But it is Lava Bolt Chain. I know that numerous people run this one to be able to ditch Title or other things to the graveyard, but the amount that I don't ever make this card. Just never make it. The reason I kind of want Beals in my extra deck right now is I am siding into the Dragon Ice, because if you saw my Atlantean count in the front, and I wanted to be able to, so my opponent doesn't think I'm running the Dragon Ice, and then game 2 kind of have more of a surprise factor. And especially if I'm playing quicker decks where I can side into the Maxis, I wanted to be able to draw into it. I didn't really like it in the main deck, but I thought it was pretty good in the side deck. Abyss Dweller. This card is absolutely amazing in water, and actually my buddy that was only running the 2 Heavy Infantry was not running this card yesterday. I was kind of confused why, but Abyss Dweller gives all your monsters 500 attack, and also it can stop Mirror Match or dragons or anything else that might be sent to the graveyard. Bahamut Shark, just getting staple in the deck to grab that Trite back out and kind of make your plays. The Wombo combo. Exoton 101. I made 101 quite a bit, but the amount that Mermails normally keep advantage, the only time I ever go into Exoton is if I have to off of either Soul Charge or Squall. And Squall into 101 or Squall into Exoton is amazing because you can grab your Lind, Exoton their field, Lind search out for any Mermail monster, or special summon any Mermail monster, and then continue to do your plays. So really like that. Obviously you can do that with Soul Charge too. But if they, for some odd reason, have something on the board that you have to attack over, it's really nice. Moving on to rank 7s, currently 1 Abyss Gaius, 1 Big Iron Dracossack. And then moving on to Synchros, 1 Yo-Yo Guardian. You can sync with either level 3 and your controller, or a Dracossack token in the controller. Obviously this card came back. I'm throwing it in every single deck that I possibly can make it in. I am currently running the Gungnir over the Black Rose Dragon, and the main reason I'm doing that is because I wanted to stay on the board. I wanted to be able to make my Xyz. I wanted to be able to make either Big Eye Dracossack or Gaius, because it's a water. Yeah, so I wanted it to be able to stay on the board, so if I didn't need to blow stuff up, and I just wanted to make a 7, I liked it for that. Obviously it is a dragon and a water, so you still get it off the Title Banish. And then lastly, staple, but the Leo. Obviously, like Sanctum and stuff, Immortal Attack gets over it. But other than that, there's not a whole lot in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now that can really get over it. So, thanks. That was my Mermail deck profile. I will not mention what's in my side deck since your locals, or whatever you're running, depends on your personal preference or whatever's at your locals. Depending, I will tell you I am running 3 Maxi, 3 MSTs, Mind Control, and double Creature Swap. And I love Creature Swap to death, so I would suggest it for anyone who's running Mermails. But those are kind of staple things that I threw into my extra deck. But rate, subscribe, and thanks for watching.